Hey y'all, this is the People's Finder podcast by Mera Berimo. Illuminate that which is hidden within you. Hey loves, welcome back to the People's Finder podcast. I'm your host, Mera Berimo, and I'm happy to be back. How have you guys been? How has your week been? I hope your week has been amazing. My week has been good. But exams, guys, cards, we are in that mid-term period, and the cards have been that's what I've been doing like this week and last week, honestly. But the cards have ended this week. At least it will be a little bit more chill until the final exam. But yeah, I'm excited for today's episode. Today I'll be talking about protecting your mind and your thoughts at all costs. And I think this is very important. And I think everyone should have been taught this. These are some of the things that I wish schools in Kenya or even in the world would incorporate these in our teens, honestly, because they're so important. Like personal development should be taught in schools. This is just what I've come to conclusion with, because I'm just like, what is the essence of teaching people science if they don't even know themselves, if they don't even know their values? Parents teach us basics, of course. It's just like, oh, be good to people, but they don't teach us more about ourselves because maybe even they don't know. And I think personal development should be taught in school. I've just been thinking about it, and I'm like, I would want one day, if I have kids, hopefully, they will be taught these kind of things in school. I was watching this TikTok and it was about Japan, and they're like, Japanese kids are so disciplined because when they get to school, the elementary to like before they enter the what's it called? Mid school, I think from grade 4 kuendelea. Before they enter that, what the school is teaching them, yes, they have a little bit of ABCD and those kind of stuff, but it's about self. It's about respecting others. It's about respecting yourself. It's skills, how to cross the road, how to sweep class, how to work in groups. Like those personal development and group development things are taught in school before they reach that age of certain things. Those kids, they are young, but they can do big things because their foundation was built very well. And I think every country should take that and should try to incorporate that with their system. Protecting your mind at all costs. First of all, your mind is so fragile. You have to realize that. Your mind, oh my goodness, I didn't realize this until I just realized how my mind is so easy for it to be manipulated or brainwashed. And I was just like, I need to protect it. Like, it's time for me to protect it. And this is why it's very easy when you see people being brainwashed into cults and into a lot of things. It's so easy. And I know we are like, no, mi haiwezi nifanikia. Guys, this guy alikuwa anaitwa nani? Itakuramba. This guy, nimesahau jina yake, you Kenyans know. The one who, like, people were fasting and not eating anything. I know I can't even judge them, because when I realized that the mind is so fragile and everyone can control it, and it's so easy for it to be manipulated, I can't judge those people. First of all, they didn't go to school. As for us, school gives us a step forward to it to ease in us. Most of them have no education, so that makes them more at risk. This is why when someone comes and tells me education doesn't give you job that you want, I always look at them and be like, I don't need to work sometimes. I need that knowledge. I need that thing that I can't be brainwashed. I need that skill to navigate through life. And education is a lot. Don't ever take it for granted, because a lot of people have been brainwashed so easily. A lot of minds have been destroyed because they lacked education. They lacked the skills that they needed to navigate through this life. And they thought that they knew what they're doing and they didn't know what they're doing. I don't ever want to be out of my mind or to do things and then be like, why did I do it? Just being aware. But anyway, this is why it's very important to read books, just explore, look at people's culture, watch documentaries. It will just make you understand the world and how the brain works a little bit better. But anyway, let's begin. First of all, I want to start with a verse that for me, when I feel like my mind is taking control over me, sometimes maybe with negative thoughts or fear or anxious, this is the verse that I go to. This is the verse that I run to. 2 Corinthians 10:5. It says that I demolish arguments and every pretensions that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and I take captive every thought to make it obedient to God. That's the verse that I go with, and it has really helped me till where I am right now, and I think I'm gonna go with it for a very long time. Also, adding to that, words of affirmation is so important. And words of affirmation, I've heard that people say it, some people don't like it, some people like it. But for me personally, I love words of affirmation. When you feel like less confidence, just look at the mirror and be like, I'm beautiful, I'm blessed, I deserve, the world. Affirm yourself. It's not bad. During COVID, that's when I started hearing words of affirmation, and I was like, okay, it exists. And I thought that was really like nice for people to affirm themselves. I also saw like a lot of parents every day, they affirm their kids of how they're beautiful and how they are blessed. And I thought that's so beautiful. It does something to our brain, because whatever you feed your brain with, that's what you become. How you think creates your state of being. So always think positively. When I say thinking positively, the moment you wake up, don't just run in your phone, because you're already starting on a bad route. Because imagine just waking up and going on your phone and opening TikTok and seeing negative things, that will just switch your mind to a lot of negativity. So wake up, listen to positive podcasts, try that. Sometimes I'm always failing because I'm like TikTok, or opening my phone to look at things which is not good. Think positively. When you wake up, surround yourself with positivity and just tell yourself, affirm yourself, today is gonna be a positive day and it's gonna be a productive day for me. I'm gonna do my best. Surround yourself with positive people. People really affect how we think. The people who you are around with all the time really affects how your mind is, really affects how you know, your life is going to go. So always surround yourself with positive people. Try to read books that also make you be positive. Self-help books, for me, when you try to incorporate positivity in your life, self-help books are really amazing. Also, take action. You can't sit there and be like, okay, I want to have a positive mindset and not even taking action. It's not gonna happen. Everything needs work, because you have to realize that idle mind is the devil's playground. And when I first had this quote, for me, it was so plain. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't mind sitting there not doing anything. But let me tell you, that's not what it means. Because if you think of it, you can go to class tomorrow and sit in your desk and the lecturer is teaching, but your mind demand that. That's still idle mind, because you don't have a purpose to be in that class. You don't have a goal why you need to be in that class. For me, idle mind means a mind that doesn't have a goal, a mind that doesn't have a vision, a mind that doesn't have a purpose, a mind that doesn't know where it's going. You don't know what you're doing. You're just there. You're just going to work, but you're not even enjoying it because you don't have a goal. You're just going to school because you don't have a goal. You're just going because your parents told you to. That's idle mind. Create a purpose. Create a vision. Create a dream that will allow your thoughts to be so positive, because it will be thinking, okay, this is what I want to achieve, ABCD. And that's where taking action comes in. Also, enjoy the present moment. Sometimes we are in our head so much, including me. Oh my goodness. And as human beings, it's so normal for us to, not, we always want more. That's it. We always want more. Enjoying the present moment really, really helps, honestly. When I find myself fantasizing, I just tap out. I'm like, no, tap out. I don't want to be in that mindset anymore. I'm going to enjoy and just find the little things that make you happy in that present moment. Create a routine that will make that moment exciting to you, if that makes sense. So enjoy the moment. Don't be in your head way too much. It's not healthy. It's not good. Also, don't let your feelings control you. One thing, we will always have feelings. And sometimes we'll be like, I feel like this person did me wrong, so I'm going to be rude to them. That already, that you're letting your feelings control you, and your feelings will control your thoughts. Remember your values. Remember that, okay, whatever, they did me wrong, I'm not gonna feed into that. I'm gonna treat them right, because that's who I am. So yeah, that will just make it easier for you to navigate. Your feelings is your feelings, but don't let your feelings affect you. Use your time productively. Set time for yourself to just be productive. There's a lot of things that you can do. If you find it hard for you to find what you can do, go to Pinterest and just type productive things that I can do, when I'm bored, or that doesn't need you to go out. It will have a lot of things for you to do. So find productive things that you can do. Don't let that mind of yours be idle. Don't let that mind of yours be the devil's workshop. The other one that I feel like everyone should know is developing self-aware. I'm so big with developing self-aware because I just think it's so important, because this is something that has made me where I am right now. Being aware of the surrounding, being aware of what you like, being aware of who you are, being aware of your feelings. Be aware. Develop self-aware. Work on yourself. Work on yourself so that when you feel you are lonely, you don't enter into groups that don't satisfy you. Maybe you just enter into those groups because they make you feel as if you're part of them. Learn to love yourself so that you can't be affected by any thought, any evil thoughts, or anything that comes your way. Make sure you're strong enough. Have a strong ground. Have a strong foundation for yourself. And remember to always be open, but stay in your ground. And lastly, be prayerful. Pray for your thoughts every day. You wake up, pray for your thoughts. Your thoughts need to be protected at all cost, because your thoughts are the thoughts that can build you, and are also the thoughts that can bring you down, depending on what you surround yourself with. And last week was career day at Daystar University. This guy was talking about how protecting your thoughts is very important, and how what you put in your mind determines your future. Like, just about career stuff, and that's so true. It's the same way as not being manipulated, avoiding to be manipulated. But anyway, I just wanted to give you these verses that I say when I feel like my mind is being stubborn a little bit. Yeah, let's choose stubborn. When I think it's being stubborn and I just feel like it's not me, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. These are some of the thoughts that I use. The first verse is 2 Corinthians 10:5. I take all my thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. The second one is Isaiah 60:22. When this verse, I use it when I feel as if I am in just a situation and I'm stressing, and I want something to happen. I prayed for something, but it's not yet there. This is the verse that I use. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. And the other one that I use is maybe when I feel like I have to make a speech in front of people, or I have to do something and I'm doubting myself. This is the verse that I use. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. And the other one for self-esteem is Psalms 139:13. You created every part of me. You put me together in my mother's womb. Psalms 139:13. And yeah, we can share that. And I think those verses have really helped with controlling my mind and controlling my thoughts. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this audio, and I hope you guys will share, will subscribe, and I hope it will help you in one way or another. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye.